Well, Mayor Brandon Johnson arrived in Italy early this morning, preparing to meet with the leader of the Catholic Church.
Yeah, in just a few hours, he will lead a nearly 50-member delegation from Chicago to visit with Pope Leo XIV. And our Vince Gerasole joining us live now from Vatican City. Vince, great to have you here on the show. We'd love to hear more about what we know about the mayor's visit and what they hope to accomplish even today.
Well, Audrina and Marissa, this is a monumental day for Mayor Johnson. He touched down early this morning and he has some time to rest before his one-on-one audience with Pope Leo XIV, the first American Pope, but also Chicago born and bred. There are 46 members total, including the mayor, in this delegation. The mayor will be meeting with the Pope at 4 o'clock this afternoon. He'll speak with the Pope for about 30 minutes, and then afterwards, the entire delegation will have a chance to meet with Pope Leo XIV. We have the complete list of the delegates that's been released now, and they include members from the religious community and from the business community, as well as city government. In addition to the mayor, Deputy Mayor Max Budovich will be on the delegation, as well as City Treasurer Melissa Conyers-Irvin and Alderman Lamont Robinson. From the business community, there are representatives from United Airlines, the Chicago Sky, and Sodexo Magic, which is the food and facilities firm. From the religious and educational community, we have the presidents from both Loyola and DePaul universities, Yusef Jackson from the Rainbow Push Coalition, and Father Juan Vargas from Our Lady of the Rosary, one of only 2 members of the Archdiocese of Chicago who are taking part in the trip, as well as Reverend Stephen Thurston, pastor at New Covenant Baptist Church. Yesterday, a few members of the delegation toured sustainability sites throughout the city of Rome with representatives of city government. This was a chance to show commitment to sustainability initiatives in both cities and how those initiatives in fact impact not only the environment, but also social justice efforts. Now, what are the broader messages of this meeting between the mayor and the Pope and the delegation and the Pope? Certainly, it's a sign of prestige to have the chance to meet the Pope, but it also sends a message to the Vatican and to the Pope that there is broad support in the city where he was born for his worldview and for his initiatives as he works to end wars, as he calls for social justice. Now, exactly what will the mayor and the Pope talk about? We can only guess right now, but the Pope made a historic comment on Monday apologizing for the church's role in slavery dating back to the 1500s. That may come up. Also, the Pope's calls for ending war, for social justice, and how Chicago might be able to play a role in all of that. That may be something that comes up. And also, in his first papal encyclical, the Pope spoke about the dangers of AI and how AI needs to be disarmed. Also, you can't get 2 guys from Chicago in the same room, and there's not going to be some discussion about sports. We understand that the mayor has brought along a fair amount of tchotchke representing all of the Chicago sports teams, but I have to say, I don't think any gift can change the Pope's mind when it comes to the baseball team that he supports, the Chicago White Sox. As we said, at 4 o'clock Rome time this afternoon, the mayor and the delegation will be meeting with the Pope, and we'll bring you complete details. Till then, reporting live from the Vatican, I'm Vince Gerasole, CBS News, Chicago.
Vince, yeah, I think you're right about the Pope sticking with his South Side Sox. I do want to ask really quickly, you mentioned not only the mayor, but several of public officials here from the city in that delegation. So taxpayers always want to know who's paying for this trip.
That's right. There has been some reporting prior to today that World Business Chicago, which is a nonprofit, was picking up the tab for the travel. They are paying for any of the events that take place here in the city of Rome, travel from one venue to another, but every delegate was expected to pay not only for their airfare, but also out of their own pocket for their hotels.
Vince Gerasole live for us at the Vatican. Thank you so much. We'll check back in with you here throughout the morning.
We're getting a live look right now at the Vatican, where in just a few hours, Mayor Brandon Johnson will be meeting with Pope Leo XIV.
Yeah, big day there. Our own Vince Gerasole is following today's meeting live from Rome for us and joins us now. Vince, good morning. Good afternoon to you, I should say. A lot of anticipation here at home in Chicago for this meeting. What can we expect?
Well, this certainly is a monumental day. Imagine how the mayor must be feeling as he prepares for his one-on-one audience with Pope Leo XIV, the first American pope and Chicago born and bred. The mayor does have some time to rest even now. He touched down this morning, but his meeting with the Pope is not until 4 o'clock Rome time this afternoon. And then afterwards, all 46 members of the delegation will have a chance to meet with Pope Leo XIV as well. The official delegation list has been released, and it includes a fair representation of not only city government, but also the business community and the religious community and educational communities as well. Representing the city of Chicago, in addition to the mayor, is Deputy Mayor Max Budovich, also City Treasurer Melissa Conyers-Irvin, and Alderman Lamont Robinson. From the business community, there is a representative from United Airlines, from the Chicago Sky, and Sodexo Magic, which is the food and facilities firm. From the religious and educational communities, we have the presidents from both Loyola University and DePaul University, also Yusef Jackson from the Rainbow Push Coalition, and Father Juan Vargas from Our Lady of the Rosary, one of only 2 representatives from the Archdiocese of Chicago, also Reverend Stephen Thurston, pastor at New Covenant Baptist Church. Now, yesterday, a few members of the delegation arrived in advance, and they had a chance to tour sustainability facilities with their counterparts from the city of Rome. This joint effort was an opportunity to see the efforts that both cities take when it comes to supporting sustainable projects, not just for the environment, but also for social justice. Now, what are the broader messages of this meeting between Pope Leo XIV and members of the city of Chicago? Well, it's certainly prestigious anytime you have a chance to meet the Pope, to have a private audience, but it also sends a message to the Vatican that there is support in the Chicago community for the Pope's worldview and for his initiatives when it comes to world peace and an end to war and social justice. Exactly what will the mayor and the Pope be talking about? We can only guess, but the Pope did make some historic remarks on Monday regarding slavery, apologizing for the church's role in slavery dating back to the 1500s. Also, the Pope has been speaking out a lot about artificial intelligence, AI. His first encyclical was released on Monday. He talked about the dangers of AI and how it needs to be disarmed. Perhaps those items will be discussed, as well as the Pope's calls for social justice and an end to war, and perhaps what role can the city of Chicago play in those efforts. And now, of course, you can't get 2 guys from Chicago in a room and they're not going to talk about sports. So we understand that the mayor is bringing a whole bunch of tchotchke and souvenirs from Chicago sports teams. I still don't think anything you give Pope Leo XIV is going to change his allegiance to the Chicago White Sox. Once again, the audience begins at 4 o'clock this afternoon. We're here to cover it for you and to bring you details afterwards. The mayor's promising a press conference for those of us who are gathered here. Till then, reporting live from the Vatican, I'm Vince Gerasole, CBS News, Chicago.
Vince, so great to see you as always. And yes, agreed. I think those South Side roots, they run strong.
They're deep.
We'll see you soon, Vince. Thank you.